Welcome to Week 5 of the Iowa Conference Series here on YouTube, and it's been a great 4 weeks so far, and we are nearing the halfway point of the season. But before we get to last week's results, I do want to take one moment to recognize some award recognition for one of our user teams. In fact, my user teams. Duncan Stockton of my Don Bosco Dons is your National Defensive Player of the Week after a absolutely fantastic performance in the 27-10 win last week at Virginia Tech. 5 tackles, 2 sacks, one of which was a strip sack, and then he also had a pick 6 on top of it. So very well deserved there from Duncan, and shout out to Iowa City High's Ivan Berry as well. Not a user player, but a computer wide receiver for City High. 4 touchdown grabs in the win against Central City as the Iowa Conference sweeps the National Player of the Week awards for Week 4. Now getting to our Week 4 results, we had a couple of non-conference games mixed in there, but we're getting to the point where it's mostly conference action. East Carolina hit the road to Waterloo East, and the Trojans held out and won 41-38. Cedar Falls hit the road and lost their conference opener in a very tough matchup, 33-28. A late comeback by Grundy Center sealed the deal. My Don Bosco Dons are up to number 8 in the country after a 27-10 road victory at Virginia Tech. Waterloo Columbus held on at home against Cedar Rapids Prairie, 31-29. Waverly-Shell Rock exploded late for a 30-6 victory over Bowling Green. Waterloo West can't quite get it done at home as Iowa City West takes them down 30-27. Gladbrook-Reinbeck with an impressive road victory at Williamsburg for their first win of the year, 42-21. And Iowa City High takes care of business at home as they take down Central City, 48-20. Now, conference action is in full swing this week. All 4 user teams are in action, and they're all conference games. We've got plenty to get to, so let's go ahead and get to the field for our first game of the week. And we'll start with my 8th-ranked Don Bosco Dons, finally heading home to Gilbertville for the first time as they welcome the Solon Spartans to Tom Ryan Field. Spartans trying a field goal, but for the 3rd time this season, it is blocked by Jamar Jackson. He is just so good at that. The young defensive back who only gets spot duty on the defensive side of the football, but has turned into a special teams ace this season. As we are still scoreless, and here goes Zion Haywood doing his thing. Jukes a man out of his shoes as he crosses the midfield stripe into the 47-yard line. And another big juke move springs Haywood for an 18-yard touchdown run. He's just doing what he does as he finds some more room into the end zone. Don strike first up 7-0. Later on, they would go to Haywood on 4th down and less than a yard. He trucks one man but is taken down. They're going to say short of the line to gain. Coach Warrington challenged that ruling, but after further review, the ruling on the field was upheld. So the Spartans get the football back, but some would say an example of ball don't lie as the ball comes loose and it's picked up by Timmy Mays. Duncan Stockton's the one that knocked it loose as 2 young studs on that Don Bosco defense both make a play. 4th down again here for the Dons, and they decide to go for it again. A pop pass to C.J. Major. He's got the yardage, but the ball comes loose, and it is recovered by Solon, as that's a big mistake for Major, as he had the yardage but lost the football, and it goes back to the Spartans. They have 3rd down and 3 here, but here comes Stockton again. He's just been unguardable the past couple weeks as he gets in there for another sack. Don's facing 3rd and long now. Jackson scrambles out of the pocket. He sees nothing, decides to take off, and he's got a ton of running room. He's inside the 25 down to the 19-yard line. A massive play for that senior quarterback, and that gives an opportunity for this to happen. Haywood takes the handoff, goes in from a yard out. The Dons strike with just 13 seconds remaining in the half, and at halftime, Don Bosco leads this one by a score of 14-0. Don Bosco would get the football here to start the second half as well, and Haywood finds a massive hole. Gets it up across the 50 to the 40, trucks a man, and is taken down at the 30-yard line. He's already over 100 yards with less than a minute gone in the second half. He's just had such a good year, and it would set up this field goal here from Randy Kelly as he knocks it in from 28 yards out, 5:55 to play in the third. It's 17-0 Dons. And Don Bosco would get the football back. C.J. Major wide open on the slant route, and he's found by Taven Jackson. It's a foot race to the end zone. 20, 15, 10, 5. He's gone. Touchdown Dons. C.J. Major. He's got that explosive speed, and he finally shows it off. You knew he was destined for a big play, and that one goes 76 yards to make it 24-0 Don Bosco, and they are really just running away with this one. Finally, Solon would produce a big play of their own, as the young redshirt freshman David Batista just gets beat on that one. And it's a Solon touchdown as they get on the board. They would fail their 2-point conversion try, so it's 24-6. Can't be too mad at Batista for that one. He's just a young defensive back. He will make mistakes, but he's got a lot of promise. Here, Jackson goes deep down the field to Michael Hilton. It's a big gain, finally dragged down up to the 34-yard line. Good ball there by Taven Jackson. And here we go back to Haywood. Lowers the shoulder. Get out of the way. I'll tell you what, if I was wearing a black helmet here today, I would not be getting in his way. He has been running with a sense of urgency here today, and he gets another touchdown as it's 31-6 Don Bosco, and Ray Stokes wants to extend that lead as he gets the interception. The senior team captain, middle linebacker, trying to go all the way, but he is dragged down from behind at the 2-yard line. But what a great play and a great return by Ray Stokes. And Zion Haywood from 2 yards out, you know what to do here. Just plunges in untouched. It's another Don Bosco touchdown. It is a blowout in Gilbertville as they lead 38-6. Absolute dominant showing here for the Dons. And speaking of dominant, Duncan Stockton didn't get touched that time by the Solon left tackle as he easily gets in there for the sack. And now Elijah Fitzgerald, the second-string quarterback for Don Bosco, he's going to join in on the fun as he finds Michael Hilton. It's Fitzgerald's first touchdown pass of the season. It's actually the first action he's seen all season. Don Bosco leads 45-13 with 38 seconds to play in the game. And believe it or not, that wouldn't be the last score of the contest as a massive mistake. Marcus Kilgo gets the safety on the sack in the end zone. It is a mugging at Don Bosco as they get the victory over Solon 47-13. Coach Warrington's thrilled with that. They've won three in a row. They're 3-1 on the year. Now let's head over to Gladbrook, where number 2 ranked Starmont is back from their bye week and taking on Gladbrook-Reinbeck. And right away, Jerron Sunday makes the Rebels pay with a 5-yard touchdown run. Starmont strikes first. They lead 7-0 just over 4 minutes into the game. Now Elijah Fitzgerald in the pocket finds C.J. Baxter, and the reigning Heisman winner gets the ball deep into Rebel territory up to the 34-yard line. And moments later, Jerron Sunday scores his second touchdown of the opening quarter. This makes it 14-7 Stars as Sunday strikes from 2 yards out. And the Starmont offense would look to keep that momentum going into the second quarter. Fitzgerald, standing in the pocket, takes a deep shot to the end zone. It's Baxter again, and he makes the grab in the back of the end zone. Starmont doubles their lead, now up 21-7, a 2-score advantage for the Stars. Baxter finds the end zone for the first time today, and Fitzgerald would take another deep shot. This one to Michael Hilton way down the field. What an incredible catch, and somehow makes his way into the end zone. What a job by Hilton to read that ball, high point it, and somehow evade the tackler. It's a 70-yard bomb, and it's 28-10 Stars. And they were still trying to put up more points before the break as Fitzgerald finds Sunday up to the 17-yard line. That would allow John Cheridor to try a 34-yard field goal. Left hash, it's good. 31-17 Stars at the break, and they would continue to roll after the halftime break. Fitzgerald here standing in the gun, but he goes to Sunday on the draw, and he's got all sorts of space, running past people. He's just so speedy. Gets out of bounds into Gladbrook-Reinbeck territory. And Sunday would get the football again here on the pop pass from Fitzgerald. He's got all sorts of blocking. He has all day to get there, and he does. 14 yards to the house as Starmont continues to pour it on, now up 38-17. And Fitzgerald had one more big shot in him. Again, to Michael Hilton, the big play receiver all year. It is caught, and nobody's going to catch him. There is a flag, but that would go against the Rebels. That makes it 45-17, 52-17 your final. Straight domination in this one. Now over to Go Hawks Stadium, where Waverly-Shell Rock is looking to remain undefeated as they welcome Grundy Center into town. And Grundy Center has a chance to strike first, but the 52-yard field goal is missed wide right. And Waverly-Shell Rock has a chance to score first here as it's a pop pass on fourth down to Keon Maddox. He has it by a bunch, converts the first down, and moves the sticks for Waverly-Shell Rock. And as they so often do, they would finish this drive with a 1-yard Jaqueel Anderson touchdown plunge. It's 7-0 Go Hawks with 30 seconds gone in the second quarter. But Grundy Center showed last week they will not quit. They're no slouch. A big pass, a broken tackle, add another, and that's going to be a Grundy Center touchdown, a massive 56-yard touchdown strike as we are tied at 7. A very quick response for the Spartans. But talking about responses, there's another one for Waverly-Shell Rock. D.T. Jones Jr. from 1 yard out. It's 14-7 Go Hawks with 3.5 minutes to go until the break. Waverly-Shell Rock with the 1 touchdown advantage, and they would not quit from there as they score again before the half. Jones, this time from 4 yards out. Waverly-Shell Rock goes to the break, leading 21-7 over a tough Grundy Center squad. Moving ahead to the second half now, Grundy Center looking to get the offense going. It's a deep shot down the field, but don't test Dontrell Brockwell. For the second week in a row, he's got a pick, returned all the way near the 35-yard line, as that sets up the Go Hawks to get the offense going once again. And as you'll see, they would do exactly that. Hermanson dropping back, scrambling out of the pocket. Now he looks the other way, finds Maddox, who's going to dive into the end zone. It's a 16-yard touchdown strike, and Waverly-Shell Rock extends their lead 28-7 here in the fourth quarter as they are taking all of the opportunities Grundy Center is giving them. Spartans trying to go down the field again, but once again, there's that man, Brockwell, with his second interception of the game, throws a man off of him on the return, and the ball goes back to the Go Hawks. Brockwell having a fantastic ball game. And the Go Hawk offense wasn't done. It's a pop pass, this time to Josh Wright McGee as he's into the end zone from 4 yards out. Waverly-Shell Rock all over Grundy Center, taking a 35-7 lead. Really nice performance here at Go Hawk Stadium today. And the Go Hawk defense wasn't done yet, as it's another interception for Brockwell. It's a hat trick for that young man, as it's his third pick of the day. He can't quite score, but he helps lead Waverly-Shell Rock to a dominant victory, 35-7. And we'll finish up in Iowa City as Cedar Falls takes on the City High Little Hawks, and it's the Tigers that strike first. Deshaun Wheeler finds the true freshman tight end George Ehlers from 14 yards out as it's 7-0 Cedar Falls. But Iowa City High had a quick response. A deep shot to an open receiver, and nobody's going to catch him. That's a 79-yard touchdown bomb as City High gets things tied up at 7 with 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter. But on the second-to-last play of the opening quarter, Wheeler goes to the end zone again, and this time he finds the other tight end, Jay Kumar, from 19 yards out, as it's 14-7 Cedar Falls on the road at the end of a quarter. City High would get a field goal on the board with 3.5 minutes to go in the half to make it a 14-10 ball game. But Joey Kenton of Cedar Falls responded with his own field goal. That one just sneaks into the right upright as it's 17-10 Tigers at the halfway point of this ball game. City High still trying to drive, but Daquan Denard with a big defensive play gets the sack, and City High would not be able to score. City High now down deep in the red zone trying to tie the game, but a massive play by the Tiger defense as the ball comes out, and it's a fumble recovered by Cedar Falls. A huge stop as City High threatened to tie the game. City High back with the football now, but it's just more trouble. Denard again gets to the quarterback, a big sack for him. He's having a great football game. As it's still 17-10, Tigers looking to extend that in the fourth quarter. Wheeler takes off on fourth down, but he stopped 2 yards short. It's a turnover on downs. Cedar Falls would later get a field goal, however, and this set up another opportunity as T.T. Claiborne sneaks in for a fantastic interception. That would set up Cedar Falls deep into Iowa City High territory to start the drive, and a play later, they extended their lead. Ethan Hooks goes 37 yards to the house as this one's all but over. 27-10 Tigers with 1:26 to play in the game. The Little Hawks kept fighting, though, as here another pass caught, and that's going to be a foot race to the end zone, and City High is going to win it. As they do get back on the board with just over a minute to play in the game. They're not quite done yet. The onside kick would be the last chance for City High. It is recovered by Cedar Falls. Denard, who had a fantastic game, gets the onside kick, and it's a good road win for number 25 Cedar Falls as they come into Iowa City and get the win, 27-17. And before we finish off this episode, do want to take a final look at the standings here through Week 5. Starmont and Waverly-Shell Rock both remain unbeaten on the year. They pick up conference wins to go to 3-0 on the season in conference play. They're 4-0 overall. My Don Bosco Dons get a victory to go to 2-1 in the conference. They are 3-1 overall, 3 straight wins after a Week 1 loss. Cedar Falls bounces back from their conference loss to win their first conference game of the year. They are 1-1. They're also 3-1 overall, same as my Don Bosco Dons. So that's going to do it for this episode here on the Iowa Conference Series on YouTube. Be sure to come back next time for Week 6. We'll have plenty more great action coming right at you here on the Iowa Conference Series. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again next time.